me, right? And then he tried to jump at me. This motherfucker tried to buck up at me. A doctor tried to buck back at me like he was going to say something else. And when he turned around, I was standing right in his face, right? Because I grabbed my purse and I'm ready to go. And I didn't even give him time to say nothing. I put my finger up and said, "Get out of my way." And he instantly gets out of my way and tries to go to his office in the next room. And I fucking left. I fucking left wailing his name and how he's a fucking psycho and how that dude, I literally felt attacked. Like what? If I could hear the next lady's complete appointment, right? How come nobody heard him slam this damn clipboard down? Right? Nobody asked me if I was okay. I had at least 10 sets of eyes staring at me the whole time I went out. Nurses and all these people, all these desk people and stuff, right? And nobody asked me if I was okay. But I sure as hell made it clear this doctor's a psycho. This is his fucking name. He just tried to buck up at me and come at me sideways. And are you fucking kidding me? This is how this office works right now? And I let everybody know, the whole office, and I kept walking as fast as I could walk, right? I let everybody know. And the only person that said anything about me or to me about it was the person that checks for COVID before you get into the damn building. That person was worried about me and was like, "Sorry, I had such a time." Well, no, the dude's a fucking psycho, and you're all psychos for standing by. If he's done this to me, then he's done it to other people. You know, there's no way in hell. I'm telling you, y'all, like, I don't even know if I can describe it as real and as crazy as it was, because all day yesterday, I tried to forget it. I tried to go for a walk and smoke weed, and bitch, I was empty. It was like my soul was sucked out of my body, and I didn't know how to react. You know what I'm saying? If y'all know me, you know my reactions to crazy shit is weird. I do have crazy reactions, and I don't know how to react to shit. And it pisses me off even more, the phone call after, okay? Because I come out so mad, and I'm hollering and hooting the whole fucking way from that fucking room all the way to the car, and I repeat the whole story to my mother with the windows down, and I'm smoking a cigarette, you know? There's people scared to go into the damn building because they're hearing me talk all crazy. Well, yeah, you should be scared. This dude is a fucking psycho. Fuck you, Rick. You don't need to know the name. Oh. Fucking crazy though. Okay, so I'm telling my mom the whole story, and we sit there for a few minutes while she's hearing most of the story, and I'm like, "Fuck this place, I ain't going back in there, let's go." So we get to going, because I don't want her to be late to where she's got to go too. So fuck this place, we're done, the appointment's done, I walked out, I ain't going back, fuck them, right? And we started driving home, and mind you, this, oh my god, he doesn't even call us till we're almost home, right? He didn't call, the nurse called, right, to talk, and I answered the phone. I answered it, and they're like, "Can we talk to so-and-so?" You want to talk to my mother? Why wouldn't you want to talk to me after I just got attacked by someone there, you know? Are you kidding me? So I make her put it on speaker. There's no way in hell you're going to talk to her, and I'm sitting right here, and that just happened. Nobody asked what happened or if I was okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was nuts. That's the worst part, y'all. I really thought yesterday by the end of the night, I forgot about it and I would be okay, and it would just go away. Like it didn't even happen. But no, when I opened my eyes up, I saw that doctor all over again. That shit really did, like, scar me for life. So this guy fucking calls, right? This motherfucker has the nerve to try and snitch to my mother and act like I did something wrong. Like it's my fault that he blew up and went psychotic. And I'm like, "Excuse me?" That's like, they're talking for a good 5 minutes or so, and now I'm getting brought up, and he's trying to say it's my fault that he blew up. And I'm like, "Excuse me? This is the first time I'm talking in this conversation so far." And I say, "Excuse me? I was talking to you nice for a good, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And had a whole conversation. I didn't curse at you. I didn't get loud at you. You're the one that went psychotic and blew up at me and whipped a damn clipboard on the counter, slammed the door wide open and thought you could buck up to me." Right? He tries to, oh my God. Yeah. His response, yeah, I know. I did that. And my reaction was wrong. Duh. Bitch, if you feel like you're going to react like that to a patient, get the fuck out of the office. Are you kidding me? Of course it was wrong. So then he tries to blow me off an apology and says he's sorry, but this is why he did it. Bitch, are you kidding me? Like, here's a fact of life, y'all. If somebody says sorry and there's a but right behind it, it's not sorry. Doesn't mean shit. And I'm telling you, he's got this smug, like he don't give a shit kind of attitude, you know? That's what my mother said too, rules. He was just calling to try and save his ass. Fuck that shit. I called him right out for it, though. And he admitted to doing it and said it was wrong, tries to apologize. And, like, no, that's bullshit. And he tries to fucking say how I did something, how I got loud. Like, no, I did not get loud. How are you going to lie to my mom right now? I did not get loud with him at all. At all. This dude literally got up out of nowhere. Like, I thought the conversation was going okay until he got up out of nowhere and acted like a psycho. And then all the nurses in that whole building just stared at me with fucking deer and headlight kind of eyes. All their eyes were bugged out, but not one bitch said one word. Are you kidding me? And, okay, so we're on this phone call, and this motherfucker is blowing me off a fucking bullshit apology and tries to explain it off. He says, well, I didn't think that you were taking me seriously, and I need you to understand how serious this is and that we need to open it up and do this and do that. And he thought the only way that he could get through to me was by trying to strong arm me and acting the way he did. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You think you can strong arm a patient into understanding something? I'm trying to have a conversation about everything I'm going through and how I'm not going to keep being sent home sick. I'm not going to keep being sent home in pain with nothing for anything, with no fucking answers. No, like, he never even told me how to care for this wound. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't tell me how to do any of it. Literally just kept sending me home with no answers. And so this apology goes on, and I at this point, I'm completely fed the fuck up. I'm not going to keep talking in circles with this guy. He's not giving me answers, and he's trying to, like, fuck me off. Like, he just doesn't even give a shit. So she keeps trying to talk to him, and she's getting frustrated now. And she's explaining to him stuff that I never got to get out, how sick I was. Like, and, he tried to explain it off like, well, I gave you antibiotics, and you got a little sick, and you stopped taking them. Bitch, I didn't get a little sick. I got a lot sick. I was very sick. And it was one of the worst sicknesses I've ever had in my whole fucking life. This month has been the worst month of my life. And I've got the shittiest doctor in the state to go with it. He was the one scum bucket that had time to just rush up in there and add me to the schedule. It just all pisses me off. The whole thing pisses me off. Because I've had surgeries before, and I ain't never had complications. And all the surgeries I've had, hell no. This would top the fucking icing on the cake for the worst time of my life. So, this situation happens to me. And I spoke to somebody. I spoke to a friend about it. And I decided... Because, like, I didn't even know what this guy looked like. Like, when I got the surgery done, he would not take his face mask off. Right? Exactly, Rodney. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what the doctor told me. Like, no bandage, leave it wide open. And if it leaks, just let it leak all down your clothes. Like, in your underwear. Like, what? They sent me home with nothing to cover it or to catch it or to anything. And, like, the nurse told me, well, put this pad under it. It's like a period pad. What? It ain't normal. That ain't normal. That is not how the hell you take care of a wound. Like, who does that? It's nuts. So now this guy's on the phone trying to basically relay how serious it is to her that I need to get this done. And, like, he even says, well, you can get somebody else to do it, or you can trust me to do it, but it's got to be done, and blah, blah, blah. And, like, in my eyes, y'all, this was serious 4 weeks ago when I was sick. It was serious when I got rushed into surgery. It was serious on week 1 when I had complications. And it was serious on week 2. It was serious to me the entire time. And it didn't get serious to him until 3 weeks after healing, you know? And every complication I've had was completely ignored. And here's something for something else, but not for what I told you I need help with, you know? It's crazy. The amount of nurses and doctors I've talked to this year, you should have answers for some of it by now, right? And I literally have no answers for anything. Oh, except, you know, I talked to my friend. And after I talked to my friend, I decided, like, I've never even seen this guy's face. Like, my sister tried showing him to me on Easter, and, like, I remember seeing his face for a second, and I scrolled down and looked, you know, and then I was like, fuck, I don't want to look. Fuck that. I didn't want to ruin my Easter by looking into anything about him on Easter. So, like, the other day, I decided after talking to my friends, let me look up this doctor and see what it do. What do it say? Y'all, I was completely shook from the core when I read up about this doctor, okay? And I don't mean I just read up. I mean, there's a bunch of websites where you can go on there and like people rate the doctor, they review him and the care they got, the times, and all kinds of stuff about them, right? And they have like 5-star ratings and stuff like that, right? This doctor is rated at 2 stars. 2 stars, 2.5 stars. Are you kidding me? You know, there was one site that was like 4 stars. So that website got lucky. But how is there all these other websites with 2 stars and 2.5 stars? Right? So I start looking and I start reading. You know, there's still some good reviews where they had good experiences with different normal situations. Like it wasn't traumatic. It was a normal situation that they went to him for. And they had a good time, right? Well, it seems like everybody with traumatic situations had bad fucking times because this guy had some really bad reviews. And what was scary was that when I started going through and reading these reviews, it sounded like my exact experience from somebody else's mouth. You get what I'm saying? Like, it instantly made me start breaking down and crying because I couldn't fucking believe it. Like, somebody left this gigantic detailed review and it literally sounded like a different surgery, but my exact same experience. You get what I'm saying? Like, I could not believe it. And there was a few of them like that where they had these messed up experiences. And collectively as a whole, this motherfucker is rated at 2 stars. And if I would have known that, I would have never let him touch me. Horrible. I feel fine. Like, I feel fine yesterday and today. It's the problem is that I have to keep taking Midol and ibuprofen 800s. And that's what I mean. Like, these reviews are all they were all recent and relevant. And, like, that's what I want to know, too, is how the fuck is this guy even still a doctor if there's so many bad reviews and so many bad things happening to people? Like, people are having to have more surgeries because of what he did, you know? And, like, there's a lot of bad things about him. And when I read these reviews, it really made me realize, like, when I tried to have a conversation and sit down with this doctor, I tried to have a conversation with him like a human being, like, and when he flipped out, because I literally was telling him, like, you're not helping me. You're not giving me answers. And I have problems and you brush me off like you don't care. Like, I told him this a few times in this whole conversation. And I think it really got to him. And he blew up because he has a whole bunch of other people that have told him that. You get me? Like, he blew up like a psycho and got triggered because I called him out on exactly what the whole world has already called him out for. And it really makes me wonder, like, how many people is he attacking and going crazy on and, like, doing even worse to? Like, I'm a big bitch and I can handle myself. And you damn right I would have whooped his ass if he would have tried me. Because he surely tried me. But still, if it fucking shook me to the fucking core the way that it did, I couldn't imagine the other people that have to deal with that. Like, he don't fucking know me. And he don't know how it affected me. And, like, he thinks he can just brush off an apology and move on with his life. And I'll never fucking forget it. You know, I will never forget that experience. Rebecca, at least I survived. That's got to be worth 2 stars, right? They gave me Norco, and I'm telling you, motherfuckers, it did not work. Like, the medicine they gave me before surgery when I was sick was not working for me. The medicine they gave me after surgery did not work for me. But I took the medicine from before surgery, I took that shit after, and that worked for me. So it didn't make any damn sense. They weren't giving me shit that was working for me. And when I told him the fucking pain was horrible, he wasn't listening. I didn't get nothing for it. I get straight bullshit. And I didn't want to just keep smashing ibuprofen. Who the fuck wants to take that? You know? It's just ridiculous. Everything about this situation is ridiculous. So now, like, I really don't want this guy to touch me. I do want to see him and have a conversation about it because I feel like he needs to know. Like, this ain't brand new. This ain't the first time you're hearing a bad experience. You know? Like, he needs to understand. Clearly, you're doing something wrong. If you think this is the type of shit you can do to people. You can just, like, do a messy surgery, stitch it up super messily, leave it open in parts, and walk away like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, he didn't give a shit about me the day after surgery when he took the bandages off. The dude came in there looking like he just walked out of bed. Fucking Rodney. I'm telling you, I so thought about so many things I should have done. Like, I should have went in his office and swiped everything off the desk onto the floor. I should have rose hell. Fucking whipped the paper off the wall. Should have, but no. You could tell I was shook.